You will not believe what is supposedly going on behind the scenes in the Harris home reports. Swirling over social media fan blogs and unsubstantiated insider leaks. And if even half of it is real, Yandy Smith finished playing the faithful wife because, according to murmurs from numerous love and hip-hop sites and a few extremely suspicious DM leaks, Yandy may have just discovered something no wife should ever see. Private text chats between her husband, Mendeecees, and Erica Mena. Yes, that. Erica, before you roll your eyes and say not this crap again, hear us. According to our sources, Yandy wasn't even spying. The communications purportedly appeared on a shared iCloud account tied to fans speculate that what she saw in those messages was sufficient to break the whole Frostbreeze FA of their so-called mended marriage. Screenshots have yet to be authenticated. The rumors are flying crazy, and so are fans. One source claims Yandy's response was recorded on a Ring camera, and what she did next shocked the whole family in startled silence. This may be the moment that ends everything. Stay tuned, because if this is true, it's merely the beginning. The dawn had barely risen over Atlanta when murmurs started to circulate. Not from around this time, but according to people close to the set, something happened at Yandy's home that shattered. It wasn't a battle, and no one was yelling, yet it was a revelation. One calm moment that made Yandy's hands quiver, and everything she thought she knew about Mendeecees crumbles in real time. The type of treachery that doesn't require shouting. It just needs evidence, and apparently she got it. It began like any other morning coffee. Her kids. Mendeecees was laughing in the background, walking out for a meeting with his phone in hand. But what he didn't realize was that no one expecting was that he left the phone behind by accident. It rang twice, and Yandy was already in her robe, not attempting to snoop. She figured it was a note from his assistant or a reminder about his schedule. But what she saw was a preview notice from a contact stored as M, with the statement, "You honestly think she doesn't suspect?" Yandy froze. Her initial feeling wasn't even envy. She was confused as to why someone would contact her husband. So she opened the thread, and that's when the universe she'd crafted surrounding loyalty and public image crumbled like glass. The texts were extensive, and Erica's name was never written explicitly. However, the tone, flirting, and allusions to alleged shared times were unmistakable, and the thread dated back weeks. Casual discussions become late-night confessions. One text said, "I miss the way you used to talk to me before you went back to faking." Another said, "Yandy is not your future." Was the further Yandy scrolled, the deeper the wound sliced, and finally she saw it. Picture not shocking, not graphic, but private, a selfie of Mendeecees in what seemed to be a hotel room, time-stamped from a weekend. He claimed to be in New York, seeing his cousin, and Erica responded with a love emoji. That was it. Yandy remained immobile for a while, her thoughts catching up with what her eyes saw. The room around her vanished, all the family photographs on the walls, the treasured memories, the presents he'd given herds, all seemed phony and manufactured, like a scenario from a play she never consented to appear in. She didn't weep straight immediately. Instead, walking, she went to the living room, sat down, and phoned her sister. Her voice was calm but empty. "I need you to come over immediately within 30 minutes. The home was filled with anxiety." Her sister came bewildered and worried, and all Yandy did was give her the phone. Had no words, only the gadget that housed her anguish. Her sister's countenance changed from astonishment to wrath in seconds. "Girl, you need to go live right now and let everyone know who this guy really is." But Yandy wasn't there yet. Her impulse, she did not respond openly this time. Instead, she waited for Mendeecees to return. When he stepped through the door 2 hours later, Yandy was still seated at the kitchen table with the phone screen still bright. He knew instantly. He looked when the table saw the messages. It stopped moving. "So this is what we're doing now?" she questioned, voice calm but tense. "Messaging Erica like she's your first love, and I'm your side character," Mendeecees muttered. "It's not what it looks like." "Then tell me what it is," Yandy requested, "because, from where I'm sitting, it seems that the guy I married has been crawling behind my back with lady who's made it her goal to embarrass me publicly." He attempted to explain that they were merely conversing, that he never crossed, and he realigned that it was just emotional, but Yandy wasn't buying it. "Do you think emotional betrayal does not count? Do you think flirting with your ex while lying next to me every night is less painful? Because you didn't touch her." The quiet was deafening. Their kids were upstairs, and the home that once contained laughing now resounding with sadness. "I protected you," Yandy remarked, tears finally appearing in her eyes as the Globe relabeled you a liar, a manipulator, and a cheetah. "He claimed they didn't know you like I did, but maybe they did. Better than I wanted to acknowledge. Mendeecees remained silent. What could he say? He knew he was caught, and worse, he knew Erica. She could have released this personally, but word had already begun circulating online among those who had been following Yandy's Instagram. Noticed the abrupt shift. Cryptic phrases erased several photographs, and even her management page gone silent. And the blogosphere were already speculating that Yandy is done with Mendeecees for good. One headline reads, "Secret messages from a forbidden ex leaked." Another hinted Backstage at VH1. Producers were terrified. This wasn't the storyline they intended, but it was reality, and the cameras weren't even by dusk. A secret group conversation among cast members had erupted, with one message from a specific co-star reading, "Yo, Orca really played the long game." Another chimed in, "Yandy is going to rip the whole company down if she leaks that phone video." But no one had the complete. Yandy has not acknowledged publicly that the poems were just the beginning of her voice notes, screen recordings, bank receipts, and maybe even hotel security video are the only questions. What was she going to do with it? Mendeecees sat across from her, his hands clenched, attempting to plead with his gaze. Yandy jumped up, no shouting or cursing, and just stated, "You need to go tonight." He started to reply, "Where am I meant to go?" And she responded, "Anywhere but here." And just like that, the mirage of the ideal marriage, love and hip-hop, royalty started to break apart, but no one knew this was only the beginning. In the morning, the internet was no longer asking questions, but rather forming assumptions and publishing hypotheses. Memes came in like a torrent, carrying Mendeecees over every timeline like he was public property. Fans clipped old episodes, slowed down video and focused in on every side-eye Erica ever gave Yandy across 8 seasons, but the actual mayhem was not online, but within Yandy's house, where the stillness between her and Mendeecees had become heavy. He followed her into the kitchen barefoot, clutching the identical phone she had returned the night before. "Let me explain," he began, his voice quivering. "Explain it to your mirror," she said without turning. "That's who you've been speaking with, someone?" He attempted to grasp for her hand, but she drew away, opening the fridge like he wasn't even there. "Nothing happened with Erica," he added too fast. "You know how she is." Twisted things. She closed the fridge, leaned against the counter, her eyes fixed on his. "And all those signals, she wrote them to herself." He paused, blinked twice, and that half-second delay told her everything. Laughed, but not a laugh of amusement, but the type that ends in tears. You know what hurts more than her lying? Erica's name was trending, but she had gone utterly silent, with no postings. Her recent upload was removed within seconds of followers spamming it with rat emojis, baby bottle images, but admirers weren't done searching. One very vicious site posted an anonymous remark, purportedly from someone on Eric's staff, stating she had evidence the texts were reciprocal and Mendeecees had even offered to speak things over with her before baby number 2 came. And now everyone was rereading the Yandy leaked messages, hunting for hidden meanings, timing hints, and emoji codes. A fan slowed down an old interview. Erica clumsily said that she was tired of raising children alone, and claimed she stroked her tummy at the 312 mark. Commentators exclaimed, "Was that the hint?" The gossip mill had a fresh Erica was pregnant again. Was it Mendeecees' kid? And if so, had the producers known all along? Within the VH1 office, panic was in full flow. Leaked Slack conversations saw producers contemplating emergency filming days, flying in Erica 410 and Erica 41 confessionals, and even contacting Mendeecees personally for damage control. He is not responding. 2 emails, one producer said, "His DMs are off. We can't follow him. And we'll lose the whole storyline if this doesn't. We need a hero edit for Yandy right now." However, Yandy was not interested in being anyone's hero. She was busy emptying out closets, preparing her years, stepped on live and revealed much more. "I was there the night they hooked up," Lena said, twisting her lip. "It wasn't a reunion. It was at that Yandy did not attend the rooftop after party in Jersey, but Erica donned the silver outfit," she remembered. And just like that, the silver dress picture emerged. Erica and Mendeecees stood close, laughing somewhat tipsy. Unaware that someone in the rear had the event was recorded on a Polaroid and shared months later as behind-the-scenes film. Fans compared timestamps, clothing, and post-party activities. One fan remarked Mendeecees was off social media for 36 hours after that party was in recovery mode. Someone commented, "At home, Yandy had ceased communicating. No remarks, no words." She was observed outside her child's school. She wore sunglasses and had a binder. which the paparazzi dubbed the divorce dossier. A blurry photo of her walking beside her sister went viral with the caption, "She's done. And she is taking the receipts with her." Mendeecees, on the other hand, went missing. No news, no sightings. Even his barber wrote, "Haven't seen my bro in a minute, keep strong." His final post stayed untouched, an old family picture from Mother's Day, but, late that night, a fresh Samantha, his ex, appeared on live with a wine glass and no filter, adding, "I'm not saying I'm happy about this," she said, "but let's be truthful, some of us been fresh." She proceeded for 15 minutes explaining that Mendeecees had "I've always had difficulties speaking the truth. And some of these ladies believe they transformed him, but you can't." Polished dirty comments exploded up. Pulimsis tay boiling hot. Samantha always knew some followers questioned her motivations, but regarded her as the ghost of girlfriends past, coming here to affirm what Yandy was just now realizing. As if the pandemonium couldn't, Erica restarted her profile with a single post, proving that truth always prevails. Yandy did not reply, but a relative tweeted a hazy photograph of a crumpled wedding photo placed on top of a luggage with the statement, "Some bonds don't they split," just as part 2 of this emotional circus drew to an end. Close, a new name became trendy. A member claiming to be Erica's midwife joined the site under an anonymous account and asked him who paid for the VIP birthing suite. It was enough to make fans shout. If this is true, then Mendeecees didn't just cheat. He supported the whole pregnancy as a ghost sponsor. And now that you've learned the truth, wait until you see what happens next. When secrets become threats, Yandy makes a move that changes everything. The comment section had hardly calmed down when the internet caught fire all over again. A person claiming to work part-time at a hotel shared blurry video of what seemed to be Mendeecees entering. The fans stopped, zoomed in, reversed, and asked, why was he cradling a baby at midnight? Inquired one admirer, to which another answered, because he knew if he walked in from the front, someone would have videotaped him again. The rumors were now clear. The baby wasn't just relit, and Mendeecees wasn't just participating, he was invested. While fans went wild with Erica played her next hand like a villain in a well-timed soap drama. She uploaded a carousel of black and white pregnancy images with her statement, "I never needed to lie, only to wait." The last slide was a snapshot of a hospital wristband, hazy but clear enough for eagle-eyed fans to capture a last name, Harris. Within seconds, Harris baby trended on every app. Still, Yandy stayed outwardly quiet, but those closest to her weren't. Her brother wrote a tale saying he tampered with the incorrect legacy. "My sister dedicated her everything to that guy." Another family member, probably a cousin, shared a video from inside Yandy's home. Candles glowed on the counter as gospel music played weakly in the background. In the middle, a solitary trinket, Yandy's wedding ring, rested inside a glass jar with the message, "Cleansing the lies." The meaning was not missed on admirers, as the shot was shared over 200,000 times. Several celebs chimed in. One musician wrote, "This is what strength looks like, not silence, but spiritual." Mendeecees eventually broke his quiet by posting a blank screen with a lengthy caption that began, "I never meant to hurt my family." He recognized the past faults, but stressed that what's being stated today is not the complete picture. He closed the statement with, "I will make things right." In private, for public suffering deserves personal healing. Blocked within minutes, but screenshots were forever. The reaction was savage. One fan tweeted, "You can't private heal what another person stated. He's doing soft boy cleaning while his wife is melting in quiet, and his ex is getting brand deals from this kid," since Yosarika wasn't simply relishing within 24 hours after the pregnancy. She was monetizing it. After she created a new subscription-based business called Truth and Receipts, she guaranteed exclusive behind-the-scenes video, and according to the teaser and edited voice recordings, the trailer was nothing short of scandalous. It displayed flashes of ultrasound images, muffled debates, obscured papers, and fans poured in like it was a digital Black Friday, as Mendeecees' sole sentence played on loop. Camp attempted damage control when a team member revealed to a blog that he was surprised by Erica's pregnancy, alleging she refused to connect via legal ways and utilized the media for retribution. Erica responded with a repost of a previous chat between them where Mendeecees reportedly remarked, "Whatever you need, I got you, just don't make me look crazy." Caption, "But you accomplished it all by yourself." And then came the twist that no one expected. A former editor anonymously messaged site with accusations that producers knew about. Erica's pregnancy months before anybody else and attempted to establish the editor said that footage of Yandy responding to Mendeecees' strange conduct had been captured. They didn't want her to find out on video, but the drama was too fantastic to entirely remove the editing. Commented, "This sparked a new notion. Did the network attempt to play puppet master with these people's lives?" Better ratings fans requested a comment. Some accused the network of exploiting women's sorrow, while others called for the unreleased film to be aired. Yandy was subsequently spotted in New York entering a courtroom with her lawyer residence. Her lawyer and sister seemed poised but aloof. She did not wave at the cameras, smile, or blink. Someone yelled, "Yandy, is it true?" But she continued going an hour later. Cousin wrote a single statement on Twitter. "The fortitude to walk away isn't easy, but it's vital." People were sobbing in the comments. But then Erica struck again. This time dropping a 3-minute preview of what seemed to be a down interview. Filmed in dramatic lighting with soothing music and close-ups of her wiping tears, she talked frankly. Addressing the camera, "I never wanted this, but when you've been lied on and shoved aside, quiet isn't power. Suffocation," she said. "He told me he loved me, he told me he wanted this baby, and when it became too loud, he went." The video turned to black before the interviewer could ask the question, even be heard. It was deliberate, strong, and detrimental to Mendeecees' image. But here's where the narrative developed once further, when another lady, yes, a third woman, uploaded a TikTok claiming to have received communications from Mendeecees. Didn't say much. Simply read one claimed message that stated, "It's hard pretending to be perfect. Thank you." My Escape fans couldn't believe it. This guy had side objectives we weren't even aware of. Someone joked, but Yandy, she still didn't speak, and the silence was now louder than any confession Erica could post. Some admirers assumed she was contemplating a complete legal action, while others suggested she was ready for public takedown via a podcast she'd been surreptitiously recording. What no one anticipated was what occurred next, because soon as drama culminated when an unidentified Instagram user released 3 images, one of the hospital wristband, one of a delivery certificate, and the third a DNA test purportedly signed ALLEGEDLY, verified Mendeecees with 99.8% probability, and with that one post, everything exploded. And the quiet shattered louder than any secrets could. Yandy's world turned. Eric narrative grabbed center stage. And me. He lost the one thing he vowed to defend: his family's trust. What began as murmurs developed into a full-blown social media earthquake. One hidden text became a chronology of betrayal. One DNA test ruined years of carefully cultivated image. Fans took sides, bloggers burst, and the internet kept receipts. But now the issue isn't what occurred, but what will happen next. Yandy finally speaks her truth. Will Erica leak the whole voice memos? Is there another lady we haven't heard from yet? And what about the VH1 producers? Will they ever tell us what video was really left on the editing room floor? This isn't just drama anymore. It's the complete collapse of a reality TV business. And you've been seeing it happen, and if you've made it this far, you're obviously here for the tea that burns hotter than Atlanta asphalt in July. Thus, do yourself a favor. Press that like button, push subscribe, and make sure your alerts are turned on, because the next bombshell might be dropped around 3 a.m. on a Tuesday, and we will be right here breaking. Comment below. Whose side are you on? Is Yandy really done for good? Is Erica the villain or the victim? Do you believe Mendeecees is speaking the truth, or just running out of places to hide in the world of Love and Hip? Hop, the mess never sleeps. And neither do we remain shut in. Remain petty, and we'll see you in the next firestorm storm. Confessionals and even contacting Mendeecees himself for damage control. He is not responding to emails, one producer noted. His DMs are off. We can't track him. We'll lose the entire arc if this doesn't resolve. We need a hero edit for Yandy. But Yandy wasn't interested in becoming anyone's hero. She was busy clearing out closets, preparing her children's luggage, and making calls. Her relatives surreptitiously taped her stating over speakerphone, "If he wants to be with Erica, that's okay, but he won't use my Wi-Fi or last name." Of course, the cousin released the footage, muted with subtitles and a gospel tune, playing over it. Within minutes, it had 500,000 views by midday. Erica's old friend, a stylist called Lena, who had been quiet for years, hopped on a live and spilled even more. "I was there the night they hooked up." Lena curled her lip and said, "It wasn't a reunion. It was planned at that rooftop after-party in Jersey." Yandy. Erica didn't arrive, but she wore that silver dress, And just like that, the silver dress picture leaked, and Mendeecees stood near, laughing somewhat tipsy. Unknowing that someone in the rear had photographed the scene on a Polaroid, uploaded it months later as behind-the-scenes film, fans compared time stomp ensembles and post-party. As one fan noticed, Mendeecees went off social media for 36 hours after the party since he was in recuperation mode. Someone said at home, Yandy had ceased interacting, with no remarks or statements. She was spotted outside her child's school. She wore sunglasses and had a binder that the paparazzi dubbed the divorce dossier. A hazy shot of her walking with her sister went viral, with the comment, "She's done, and she's taking the receipts," with Hermini's went gone. No news, no sightings, even his barber posted, "I haven't seen my sibling in a minute. Keep strong." His final position remained, saved an old family picture from Mother's Day, but late that night, a new voice joined the story. Samantha, his ex, showed out on live with a wine glass and no filter. "I'm not saying I'm thrilled with what she began, but let's be honest." She went on for 15 minutes, stating that Mendeecees had always struggled to speak the truth and that some of these ladies believe they transformed him. "But baby, you can't polish dirt." Comments blew up. "Drag him, sis." Typing. Samantha was always aware that some followers questioned her motivations, while others regarded her as the ghost of her previous relationships. Here to validate what Yandy was just now finding, and as if the pandemonium couldn't get worse,